Mr. James Bean of Maine, USA, launched Spiritual Awakening Radio in September 1988 out of his pure love of the great masters and their teachings. The focus of Mr. Bean's programs is to share, through radio and other media, a deeper understanding of spirituality for a more peaceful planet. He is also a mystic explorer of the inner heavenly light and sound of God, and a devotee of the spiritual path from India known as Sant Mat. Mr. James Bean has previously interviewed Supreme Master Ching Hai in 2008, 2009, and 2011. Their conversations centered on topics in Master's books, the connection of veganism to global warming, and other aspects of the spiritual realms. Mr. James Bean states that he has deep respect for Supreme Master Ching Hai's teachings and is a big fan of Supreme Master Television.
I listen to Supreme Master Television on the radio, on shortwave radio sometimes. And so I'll have it going, and then if I hear Supreme Master Ching Hai giving a discourse, I'll turn the volume up, stop what I'm doing, and turn up the volume, or go to SMTV, at YouTube.
As a growing number of people are concerned about the current situation in the world, especially the climate crisis, Mr. James Bean raises two questions to Supreme Master Ching Hai during our interview, with all the respect and belief he always has for Master Wisdom.
I do have a couple of questions that are written down that I have handy in my notes right here. With the rush to prevent traumatic climate change, are the nations of the world adjusting themselves fast enough? Are we going to change fast enough to avoid traumatic climate change, the apocalypse, the extinction of so many animal species, a few cities going underwater, the waters rising, along the coastlines? Bangladesh is one area that we're starting to get concerned about. That's my first question. That's always on my mind. Are we making progress fast enough in all the ways that we need to? Are we going to make it? Are we going to get through this relatively unscathed and make it to that peaceful vegan future? Is humanity moving along fast enough?
Supreme Master Ching Hai replied in writing to Mr. Bean.
That's an important question, James, because the situation of the Earth is very urgent. It is a planetary emergency. You mentioned cities going underwater. In a recent report in Nature Communications, an open-access peer-reviewed journal, scientists found that rising seas could affect 3 times more people by 2050 than originally estimated. According to the research, some 150 million people are now living on land that by 2050 could be permanently below the high tide line if we don't change. In regards to animal extinction, experts have also calculated between 200 to 2,000 species extinctions per year, and that's a low estimate. It's been said we are on the verge of the 6th mass extinction, with the extinction rate 100 times higher than normal, and it's due to human activity, with animal livestock raising being the major cause. So, are we making progress fast enough? Some work is going on, but no, it is too slow. The suffering of animals must stop, so the world can be saved. We have to protect lives by continuously promoting vegan and sustaining peace through this benevolent process and way of life. We are working on it with prayers for God's grace. You've been working on it, James, by spreading the vegan message. Thank you. Many other people and groups around the world are working on it as well, with vegan documentaries such as Earthlings, Dominion, Cowspiracy, What the Health, and many more. People are holding vegan festivals, vegan demonstrations, and vegan schools have opened. There is also important information in my book, From Crisis to Peace, which is free for download at crisistopeace.org, and Supreme Master Television is working hard to share the world vegan message. I have also been doing intensive meditation retreats whenever I can, and heaven has patiently and mercifully granted humans an opportunity to help save the earth by praying for World Vegan every Sunday, which began on February 9. As I mentioned on Supreme Master Television, our prayers are going to be powerful because they are backed by heavens and saints and God power. It has tremendous power never before known to humankind, especially when we do it together. So let's all continue sincerely praying and working diligently to make a vegan world as quickly as possible, to avoid more catastrophes, save more lives, so all can live in a peaceful, compassionate, and joyful world.
And question number 2, and this starts off as kind of a statement that evolves into a question. Dear Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegetarianism has gone vegan. I congratulate you on being such a positive influence in the world. I'm noticing there are vegetarians who follow various spiritual paths, gurus or teachers, who are beginning to switch from vegetarian to becoming completely vegan. I'm seeing this every day. I'm one of those people, myself, once following a kind of typical lacto-vegetarian diet, but several years ago switched to 100% vegan. So you've helped to bring about a vegan awakening in the world. There's a great awakening, and a lot of vegetarians are switching to vegan these days, and many meat eaters are transitioning. I wish more of the leaders in the various world religions and spiritual organizations would adopt a compassionate vegan diet as part of their ethics for the treatment of animals, as well as to save the planet for future generations. Will humanity get to experience that golden age, that more prosperous, green, healthy world of tomorrow? Will we get to that outright golden age?
The following is Supreme Master Ching Hai's written reply.
Thank you, James. I've heard many good vegan news recently. Countries going more vegan restaurants opening, vegan businesses thriving. The Economist magazine even declared 2019 as the year of the vegan. People now realize the horrendous way animals are also treated, not only in the meat industry, but also in the milk and egg industry. So veganism, meaning no animal products, is the only really compassionate option. All the major religions have common principles or precepts, with the most important being, thou shalt not kill, or ahimsa, meaning nonviolence. And I wish that all the spiritual and religious leaders adopt and promote the vegan diet as part of God's commandment, thou shalt not kill. That's why in March this year, I appeal to all their holinesses and reverends in an urgent message on Supreme Master Television to teach their faithful to be vegan, live a compassionate life, and truly love and respect all of God's creation. We must cherish all life. Will we reach the golden age? Already there are some achieved points. We are also working on it to speed up the process with heaven's blessing to have it more prominent. And it depends on humans and the grace of God. We need to become a vegan planet first. Then her compassion will continue to develop and spread waves of love throughout her world. Humans will remember their true innate benevolent selves. Peace will reign, wars will be no more. Animals will be our friends and will be treasured and respected. Everyone will have everything they need to lead happy, healthy, and fulfilling lives. Doesn't that sound wonderful? It will take some time and heaven's immense blessings to clean up all the negative programming we've been exposed to for thousands of years. After maybe a couple of generations, our cells and our DNA will be purified and washed of all the negative influences. The traces of contamination will be gone. It's a time to look forward to. But we must continue to pray and work hard. Living in a golden age is a possible reality.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's urgent message to all religious and spiritual leaders can be downloaded free, and viewers may send it to your respected religious leaders, family, and friends. God bless. The other 3 recent special messages, Supreme Master Ching Hai's urgent message to all animal meat business and livestock factory owners, also fishing, egg, milk, fur, lab tests, cosmetics, and leather industries, as well as Supreme Master Ching Hai's urgent call to rescue our world and pray for world vegan, and Supreme Master Ching Hai's urgent message to all world leaders and governments can also be downloaded free at suprememastertv.com/download. We are ever grateful for Mr. James Bean's lifelong devotion to sharing ancient teachings and spiritual wisdom with the world. Our deep appreciation also goes to Supreme Master Ching Hai for her love and selfless efforts on behalf of all beings. We pray that such noble endeavors light our way to a brighter future of harmony and divine awareness. Supreme Master Ching Hai joyfully present Mr. James Bean the Shining World Compassion Award, plus a $15,000 humble contribution to Spiritual Awakening Radio in God's love. May heaven watch over you and yours forevermore, and may those who have the fortune to listen be soon spiritually awakened in the benign mercy of the Master whom you worship.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is deeply grateful to the beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy, and or any good cause over the years, as a humble vessel for Here's compassion and love toward Here's precious children.
For more information, please visit spiritualawakeningradio.com or email james@spiritualawakeningradio.com. Cherished viewers, thank you for your company on today's program.